We are standing at the twilight of the era of Homo sapiens. With the explosive development of gene editing, brain-computer interfaces, and artificial intelligence, society has been torn into two distinct poles. One is the super-ruling class, super-individuals, who master cutting-edge technology, and their abilities are exponentially enhanced through embryo screening and neural enhancement. The consciousness uploading technology of cloud-based immortality has enabled them to cross the ultimate boundary of death. On the other end, there are digital citizens who are captive by algorithms in the gentle cage, woven by brain-computer interfaces. Even the neuronal signals of anger and resistance have been pre-pruned. This biological-level inequality will completely overturn the pursuit of fairness by human civilization for thousands of years. These super-ruling classes, who hold the hegemony of biotechnology and computing power, use CRISPR technology to edit gene sequences, use nanorobots to reconstruct their own neurons, strengthen titanium alloy bones with muscle fibers, extend the visual spectrum to the infrared band, combine semi-robotic engineering and non-organic biotechnology, and even implant quantum chips in the cerebral cortex to break through the limit of sinking bandwidth. Medicine is no longer satisfied with curing patients, keeping everyone at the same level, but rather with personalized upgrades to superhumans. While ordinary Homo sapiens are still struggling to extend their lifespan by 10 years, superhumans have begun to upload consciousness to distributed quantum servers and build an eternal digital utopia in virtual spacetime. This is no longer a quantitative accumulation of species, but a dimensional leap in life forms. These superhumans, also known as Homo sapiens, have truly made Nietzsche's superhuman world a reality. When the cognitive gap between humans and ordinary Homo sapiens is as vast as the gap between modern humans and chimpanzees, or when 19th century Europeans viewed Africans or Native Americans, human civilization will usher in the most thorough class differentiation. These super-ruling classes constantly push the limits of biology through genetic optimization, consciousness uploading, and mechanical fusion, ultimately leading to reproductive isolation from ordinary Homo sapiens and becoming a truly new species. The pyramid of power condenses into an eternal and stable structure with the support of technology. The super-ruling class monopolizes knowledge production through the cognitive firewall, domesticates the lower class with neural suppression chips, and even designs gene locks that can only survive for 60 years, making biological differences in lifespan the most severe class barrier. Those Homo sapiens who refused to undergo modification ultimately became living specimens in the gene bank of the Civilization Museum. This technological monopoly has created an unprecedented super-ruling class whose neural interfaces are directly integrated with quantum computing chips and have the super-intelligence ability to process massive amounts of information in real time and manipulate clusters of nanomachines. In its eyes, ordinary humans are just carbon-based components that can be predicted by algorithms. This technological change has further reshaped the social power structure. The super-ruling class has built an encrypted consciousness network through brain-computer interconnection, and decision-making efficiency has increased exponentially, while the traditional democratic decision-making mechanism of Homo sapiens has instantly become a divination ritual similar to that of primitive tribes. We know that the dominance of Homo sapiens in nature was not solely based on tool manufacturing, but on their ability to cooperate and communicate. Human beings construct collaborative networks through imagination, with each person responsible for only a small part of the complete system. The key to success lies in a few elites, rather than those unorganized masses, effectively organizing and collaborating on the whole through efficient organizational abilities. With the support of AI, the elites of the super-ruling class have exerted their organizational and ruling abilities to unprecedented heights. Under the algorithmic domination supported by quantum hegemony, the knowledge-based talents cultivated by traditional education systems will also lose their competitiveness. 99% of the intelligent population will fall into the survival dilemma of technological unemployment and can only rely on the basic income of the whole nation to maintain their existence, gradually degenerating into ornamental species, confined in virtual reality. While superhumans are building Dyson spheres in synchronous orbit, the remaining Homo sapiens on the surface are waging a retro-cold weapon war to compete for desalination quotas. Anthropologists will discover that these superhumans have evolved a unique bioethical perspective. They view aging as a repairable systemic error, interpret death as an offline cache of cloud data, and this cognitive alienation is creating a deeper existential divide than species isolation. This evolutionary revolution will also reshape human philosophical cognition, fundamentally questioning the ancient beliefs about free will and the dignity of life. In the era of AI superpower domination, the existence of individual free will may not be allowed. At the same time, the replicability of consciousness dissolves the uniqueness of the self. The cloud storage of memory blurs the boundary between life and death, and the technological aristocracy even begins to identify themselves as creators, attempting to redefine aesthetic standards and moral systems according to mathematical models. In this magnificent species transformation, the ancient ethical framework has long collapsed. When memory can be backed up in the cloud and emotions can be regulated by algorithms, self-awareness is just an editable stream of data. The honeycomb thinking network constructed by superhumans in the metaverse is not only the ultimate deconstruction of the individuality of Homo sapiens, but also a new spark projected by civilization into the depths of the universe. But in this flame, we can no longer find the human light of Prometheus stealing fire. This species revolution signifies that when technology empowers beyond a critical threshold, humans will no longer share the same evolutionary narrative. The differentiation between the super-ruling class and the last intelligent people is not only an inevitable cause of the leap of civilization, but also implies a huge risk of civilization alienation. But the paradox of history is that the extinction of all species begins with internal differentiation, and Homo sapiens may be personally writing their own epitaph as a whole species, passing the torch of civilization to that familiar and unfamiliar super-inheritor. I am Wu Huaiyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University, and the founder of AI Philosophy.